Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Europe versus USA memes. So probably it's going to be like very funny. We're going to be laughing. Let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe.
Click now and like the video and put the dog biscuits in the bag. Lego in Europe. Lego in US.
Oh no.
Europeans when they get cured from a chronic disease. Americans when they get cured from a normal cold and looks at bill.
No, that's awful.
How Europeans see healthcare in the USA. Congratulations, you are being rescued. Please pay us $3,000. Europeans
It's a joke, but like not really.
measuring with powers of 10. Meanwhile in America.
What?
That was I'd say a good like 3 squirrel lengths.
It's square feet.
Europeans watching America. Da fuk they doin over there. Americans watching America. The fuk we doin over here.
Yeah.
Europeans discussing politics. Europeans discussing football.
Oh.
Europeans discussing which cheese is the best. Called
Is it like the cheese situation? Well, Spanish cheese is also very good, but I think French cheese is also extremely good. But do they get into fights over this?
the ambulance. But not for free. How do you protect your house? Europe. USA.
Yeah. What? I didn't got that
Americans.
one.
We make the best tutorials. Europeans. No, we make the best tutorials. Indians. Americans be like. Europeans be like.
What?
American. OMG, French sounds so romantic. Europeans. He is speaking the language of gays. When they call America the land of the free, but an acre of land costs $4,100.
Is it though? Yeah, it is very expensive.
Brits. Left side. Americans. Right side. GTA players. Road is road.
What is
Canadians. I believe this is the road. European houses.
Oh, like Grand Theft
Resist
Auto?
the biggest storms built out of concrete and stone, built for eternity.
Yeah.
American houses. Help, there's some wind.
Yes.
Brits making fun of Americans for using feet. Also Brits when they use stones for weight. America.
That's true. Like I wouldn't know what what is it? I don't even know. Like I don't know what they're doing over there.
When it's making new military technology. America when it is asked to make healthcare free or at least affordable.
Yes.
Religion arguments in the USA versus in Europe. Americans receiving $600 for help.
For help.
Me,
What,
an European who lives in a country with a social system that actually
what
works.
do you mean with $600 for what?
Americans be like. My dad bought me a Tesla. Europeans be like. My grandparents used this car and it still works.
That's a lie. That is
Europe.
not true.
America. Europeans saying Americans are racist. Europeans when you ask them what they think of the gypsies.
Oh, I don't think they use the term
Health
anymore.
experts. Please wear protective suits in SPAC. Americans.
Is
Americans.
that a joke?
An apple a day keeps the doctor away. The apple. Europeans going to America and seeing there are 100 degrees be like. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, it's very hot.
Americans when they go fishing. Trying to
What was
pick
that?
between living in the US or the UK. Get shot. Get stabbed.
No, what?
President of America. Meanwhile the President of Portugal. Mac and cheese or something, I don't know, I'm not American.
Mac and
Italians when
cheese.
they see American put pineapple in pizza.
That's actually very good.
Me not American. So how does your school system work? American friend. That's neat part, it doesn't. The secret of happiness is tea. British people.
Oh, like tea.
When you are an
Was it like
American and
tea?
some Europeans are trying to bully you. Europeans when an American makes fun of Europe but it's the UK. It is acceptable. Europeans.
Because they don't belong there.
Let's measure everything in meters or fractions of meters like decimeters, centimeters, millimeters and so forth. Americans.
This is like an
Europeans
actual-
when they
actual
realize
food.
they're watching football and not centimeter ball.
Centimeter roll, what?
An American playing chess. A Brit knowing its queen is immortal. Me as a child thinking that living in the USA as an adult would be nice. Me as an adult releasing in Germany is 100% better. 4th of July around the world. UK. Germany.
Yeah.
France.
No one celebrates
USA.
this. Exactly.
Americans in the UK be like. Americans and Europeans after losing electricity for 5 minutes. It captures the third world experience. I just lost £100.
How much is
Americans. British people. I'll call it football. Because it's played with your feet right. Because it's played with your feet right.
that? Yeah. Do not
What's
understand.
a Karen called in Europe? I don't know. An American. Oh you. Where did all my money go? Oh you got paid, the state will have 50% of that. Oh you got sick, that'll be $50,000.
Well, yes.
USA.
Choose your
Get
poison.
your gun, the zombies are attacking. Europe.
Oh, we don't have
Americans
guns. Yeah,
when they
that's a
realize
joke.
that they use Instagram instead of Installowance. Americans losing
because the
£50. British people losing £50. Football. American football. Europeans when they realize they play football instead of metaball.
Oh, because the foot is
Americans
in
when they
meter.
realize it's Instagram and not Installowance.
Okay, I get it.
How Europeans really see the USA. How Americans
capital.
really see Europe.
Pizza, okay.
Asians. Maths is so easy. Europeans. Maths is very hard. Americans.
What is
Seattle
math?
schools teaching kids how math is racist.
Yes,
America in American movies. How most
No.
of America really is.
correct.
Rest of the world. Uses metric system. Americans using bullets per square child.
Oh no, no, that's so
Me a
dark.
fat European laughing at an American's off at meme.
Oh, because it's different.
Quick Americans asleep post pictures of people taking off their shoes when they get home.
Is that actually, I don't know, European thing?
Americans. Your country did some bad shit. No, America is the best country in the world. Germans. You country did some bad shit. Sprich Deutsch du Hurensohn. Europeans when they go to American Walmart and not everyone is obese and every shelf isn't stocked with AK-47s and shotguns. What is this place? When Americans find out
cliche.
that a group of fish is called a school.
I knew there was,
Random country.
that was a joke.
Finds oil. America. We can take it from here. Americans. It is called soccer. Europeans.
No.
Rest of the world. Gas
beat 'em
companies. Hey, so there may be a bit of a gas shortage, but if everyone stays calm and only buys what? Americans.
Get everything. Yeah.
Congratulations. You have seen 1 billion. America bad memes and unlocked Diamond America.
Okay, this was funny. I like some of them. I think were pretty dark. I don't. It's like you're laughing, but it's like wow, this is like a little. I don't know. Like again, it's really dark. The ones about like the guns, not the guns, as in like oh the one with the Lego one, like that was funny. Like the Lego gun, like that was like funny in a ha way. But like, oh, the bullets per child, like that's a little way too dark. I don't know, like I don't know. Should we be laughing? Like that's not laughing matter. I think that was like really. That was like I don't know. There's another one that I thought like the fish and the like it's called the bunch of fish is called school. So of course they're gonna go like I knew it like was coming. It was like yes they're gonna show us like a gun because it's like yes that's the joke, haha, shooting's cool. But it's like again that one was like way too dark. I think for some reason the ones that are like healthcare, like it's expensive, and the ones about like the fat jokes, again the jokes about like the guns, I think they're okay. like yes, they're funny, but in the sort of like in the general sort of like capacity, well, not capacity, like in the general sense, like the one with the Walmart, like oh, when like Europeans go to a Walmart and they realize that you can't find like oh everything's like never everyone's like a fat person and everyone's like filled, the shelves are filled with guns. That one was funny because I think it's general, but the ones again where they're like so specific about like the actual gun and stuff, like those are like I don't know, those are like I don't think those are like that funny because they're like okay, I get why you would find this funny, but I just think it's very offensive, and I'm like oh my god, not even offensive. It's like well yes, offensive. I don't know, like it's like I don't know. We shouldn't be laughing, I think, but the Walmart one is funny because it's like yes, it's a cliche. He's like, not everyone, like, what's what they say about, like, I think, like, the UK, for instance, like, oh, everyone has bad teeth or something. So, it's like the equivalent of, like, an American person going to the UK and being like, oh, but you have, like, good teeth. It's like, yeah, well, guess what? Not everyone, like, can fit into a mold. So, I would think it's the opposite, like, for Europeans in the US. Like, oh, not everyone's, like, fat and they live in the Midwest and, there's, like, a vast, like, there's just, like, nothing. Most people, yes, especially like when they're like, oh, Americans in cities, it's like in movies, and it's like yes, usually obviously it's a city because it's like it's pretty and it's sort of like the exciting part because obviously it's a show. But in real life, yes, most Americans do not live in like they don't live in New York. They live in like in the Midwest, or just not even in the Midwest. In the Midwest, it's just like they live in like I don't know, Florida or Georgia or in the South, and it's like a very different place from like an actual city. So it is like yes, that's sort of like the idealized version of this all. Like yes, of course, like not everyone's gonna be like that. Like not everyone like lives that way. Everyone almost like lives in the middle of nowhere. That's really the reality for like I think probably like most Americans. Like that's not really the case. But I would think like it's like the opposite would be like true in Europe. Like for like for instance, I know people like in France, like oh, do not like if I meet a French person, I'm gonna be like oh, you live in Paris, and I'm imagining like the actual like oh, they live like right next to the Eiffel Tower. No, of course not. I know in reality that's really not the case. Because France is huge and there's like a million people that live in like other places, a lot of people that live in the countryside, and B, I actually know that Paris is quite expensive, so like getting an apartment in like right next to the Eiffel Tower, we like wow, so you're loaded. So I get it would be the equivalent of like Americans being like oh, do you like live in Times Square? It's like no, nobody lives in Times Square, so that's not even a thing. It's just like businesses. But again, it's like really funny because they are all like in cliches, so I always feel like those are funny because that's just like the nature of things. The ones that are like the ones that took me like a little while to get were the ones with like the feet and the football. Like I don't get it why like oh, it took me so long to get this. The one about like the football, and he's like because yes, they're playing with their feet, but he's like no, not really, like no, that's really not the case. So it's like wait, where does the name actually come from? I have no idea. Is it because of like the foot, as in like I don't know, because I'm trying to think of like the logic behind this all. I never actually realized or try to understand like, oh, why is it called football? I have no idea actually. Like it never really crossed my mind. It was something that I've never actually had to think about. It's just like it just is. But good question. Now I'm like very intrigued about it. That the gram sells it like the Instagram, and it's like what? I didn't really got it. It was like the Instagram, like why? It's like oh, because yes, they do not use grams. So I was like wait, what? And that one, and there was like another one that was like very similar. I think it was also like the football one, but the grams. I was like, wait, what? Like, what do you mean? I don't get the joke. But then it took me like an embarrassingly long time to actually understand what it was about. It's like, oh, okay, it's because of the grams. But it is true, like, the metric system is kind of like, yeah, definitely, like, I think the United States should definitely change to the actual, like, metric system. Kind of controversial opinion, but I think they should, like, yes, absolutely, as a country, like, yes, because everyone uses it. So it's like, yes, why, what would you change? I don't think it makes that much sense. Although I think, yes, it's true that the UK, it's also like, they should definitely change again to the metric system, because it's like, yeah, they use like the stone, right? So it's like, I find that so incredibly confusing. It's like five stones. Like what is that? I have no idea. I have no clue. Like, is it like 20 stone? Is that a lot? No, I don't know. Like, how much is like the average weight of a person? Like 10? I I don't know, I'll say 10 because it's like a medium, but I have no idea. That's what they should be using the metric system. And there's also like a really funny one that was like the like the one with the like with the shoes off. Is it a thing? Is it a European thing that the people have to like take off their shoes? I get the logic. Just is because your shoes are dirty and you're coming, especially like if you're like in a place that like where it snows a lot or it's like very rainy, super muddy. Like yes, you don't want to like I don't want to like dirty up my floor. So of course I'm gonna have to take off my shoes. I don't think that's definitely like, but I would think like, oh, that's only a thing in like in Canada or I don't know, I guess like places that get like very like weather that the weather is kind of like oh there's like a lot of dirt, but so maybe like the UK and like very snowy places like I don't know, not the northern of Europe probably, but is it like someone I don't know, I'm trying to think of like let's think like Greece or Italy, like sunnier places, is that a thing where they also have to like take off their shoes? Is that a cultural thing? Like do they also take off their shoes just because again it's like it's Europe and we don't really do that over there? Would like to know that because I am not seeing like and what's the logic behind that? Maybe it's just the same thing. It's like oh because we don't want to like again like our floor like you're coming out of the street and obviously the streets are dirty so you don't want to like you're dirty up your house, which I think like yeah good point. And obviously the money one of like the healthcare being like so expensive, that one also I get is like it's a joke, as in like, haha, I get it, joke, but is it really though? It's like, I don't think it's a joke to say like, hey, like we, like healthcare isn't existent. It's like, yeah, I don't know, we should be laughing. I mean, we laugh because it's like, well, what should we do? Like, let's not cry about this. Like the only thing you can do is sort of like laugh about it. But I it's sort of like not that funny. If you start thinking about it, like it's quite dark. But it's like, let's laugh because it's like, well, what else are we gonna do? But that one was also I think like very like the funniest ones, and yes, and the grim ones. Also there was one that I didn't really understand. I really like the apple ones just because those apple like caramel apples look delicious. So I just like, am I being cliche? Like I really like those caramel apples. But the one that was I did not think there were several that I didn't really think I got like quite properly. The one on like the tea, like we need tea, and it's like, well, or something like the happiness is tea. It's like, what do you mean happiness is tea? Like because in the UK they drink tea, so it's like happiness means that you're having your cup of tea. Was that it? I don't know. I get that was also like a little confusing to me, and but there was like there was another one that I thought that was like very funny because the pineapple on pizza that was like sort of like yes pineapple on pizza, like oh awful pineapple on pizza, like Italians are gonna kill you, but it's like. I hate to say it, but that's really good. Is that an American thing as well? Because pizza, like the pineapple on pizza, actually ends up being very good. And I'm not putting down like actual authentic like Italian pizza. That one's delicious as well. But sometimes you're craving like the sort of like I was gonna call it disgusting. It's not disgusting, but sometimes you just want to like. I want something a little bit like less, I don't know, less fancy, less traditional, and like pineapple on pizza, like controversial, but it's actually really good. So it's like, I don't know, maybe Italians should try it and maybe they're gonna like it. It's like maybe they would be like stoned in their own like city, in their own country. So they're like, I don't even want to try it. Maybe they're like, it's a secret like shame. Maybe anytime you should ask Italians and be like, hey, have you ever had like pineapple on pizza? Maybe they end up liking it, like really liking it. It's sort of like a shameful secret, like they wouldn't admit out loud. Like, yes, I actually like pineapple on pizza. It's like, again, it's really good. It's a combination between like the sourness of the tomato and the actual like sweetness of the pineapple. Like, it's really good. But yes, I really did like all these like a bunch of like memes, and yes, even though some of them I don't really know if I got them properly. I don't think if I got them correctly. Oh, and I have to say like the UK ones being very, oh, they're bullying Europe. Like Americans are bullying Europe. Oh, okay, like it's fine. Like because we're not a part of Europe because we're not part of continental Europe. Although obviously UK is Europe, but it's really funny to me because oh yes, I've always said like I think a lot of British people do not consider themselves European. I don't even know why. It's because of course they're like a little bit isolated. So when people talk about like Europe, they sort of like do not put themselves in that position. It's like yes, what do you think? Oh yeah, like people in Europe. It's like they're talking about you. You're also the European one, but I think a lot of UK like folks are just like. No, that doesn't really like this this sign, what's it like, the memes, like, this sign cannot stop me because I can't read. It's sort of like a thing of like, no, I'm not part of it. It's like, no, you absolutely are. But it's funny that they're like, oh, no, they're like, oh, we're bullying them. Yes, because we're not actually like European. It's like, no, you absolutely are European. But it's funny that they see themselves as sort of like a separate entity that I do not understand like the logic, but they know that's how it is. But that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.